I think 2015 marks an important year for all finance institutions because of the Sustainable Development Goals, number one. Number two, I think it's a point in financial history for many institutions where we need to find ways to raise more money because the development needs are so big on the continent. And so we are looking at different ways, innovative ways. We're looking at innovation finance, we're looking at innovative financing, but we're also looking at areas that we haven't looked at before. Gender has been on the bank's agenda for a long time because of the development impact work, but I don't think we've had a focused approach. So this is one way to interact with other institutions who are probably a little bit further along the path towards financial inclusion. And it's a way for us to engage with those. African Development Bank is a very strong partner for us, and the private sector as well. And hopefully this meeting will give me some ideas, which it already has, and I'm looking forward to going back and selling them. Well, the one that impacts us the most is the regulatory frameworks. I think it's important for us as a state institution to be compliant, but also to start questioning the kinds of frameworks that we're developing as a country in South Africa. So the one example that did come up was that we support Black economic empowerment. Lots of women are involved in entrepreneurial initiatives, but then our procurement policy says something that contradicts Black economic empowerment a little bit, that you can't ring fence a particular group of people and earmark them for special treatment. So if we want to focus on women, we need to make sure that all the policies around economic development, about inclusion, about ensuring that women have access to finance, all those need to converge. And as a South African institution who reports to Treasury, hopefully we have some influence there. That's the one. The other area, I think, would be to create not so much products, but to look at our financial product basket and see where we could get women involved. Are there women who are willing to invest large sums of money? And we know there are women at that level. We don't do SME development, so we're not looking at the lower scale of the sector. But there are women who can do equity investments. There are women who are really powerful in business. So how do we engage with those women, maybe at a stakeholder level, to see whether they can influence the way we do business in Africa, or maybe they have some ideas on how we can change the way we look at infrastructure finance and project finance. We could gain leverage through these women's voices, but they could also gain leverage through ours. Like here at the African Development Bank today, this is an important meeting, but we're preaching to the choir to a large extent. If we have a wider audience, bring in the risk people, bring in the naysayers, the ones who say gender doesn't matter in infrastructure finance, and see how that how that engagement could develop the conversation. And I'm hoping that the DBSA could play that role in the future.